What's up, guys? It's me and Ashton coming to you, and we just want to share with you our topics and some of our opinions and what we've learned from just being real with God and how that applies to our life. So I want to start it off today with a definition, and this definition is of insanity, and what it basically says is the state of being seriously or mentally ill. And something that comes from that is literally doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same results. So what Ashton's going to do right now is he's going to go into depth about what we've been reading, and we just want to expound on that and just share what we've been learning. So,
all right, so in the parable of the sower in Matthew 13, Jesus talks about, and he uses this parable, that there's 4 types of seeds and there's 4 types of believers. The first kind of believer is someone that falls along the path, as he says, or somebody who hears the word but doesn't understand it. The second group of people is people that fall on shallow or rocky soil. Those kinds of people, they hear it and they're genuine for a time, but then they fall away because they have no root. Third group of people is people that they fall on soil with vines. See, they get suffocated by things of this earth. They may start out right, but eventually they just fall away because of the pleasures or the desires of this earth. The fourth group of people are people that are genuine. People that fall on good soil, and they produce a crop that's 160 or 30 times what was sown. See, the thing about genuine faith is understanding that if you're not genuine, you're not going to produce an abundant crop. You're not going to produce anything. And like you said, the definition of insanity, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, and you don't have genuine faith, you're going to fall, and you're not going to produce results. See, it's like building a building. I mean, you have to have a strong foundation. And for a believer, your strong foundation needs to be faith, genuine faith. That's what a strong foundation is really about. It's not about doing these things and expecting a reward. No, it's doing these things out of sincere and genuine faith in God. Because if you don't, the entire building is just going to fall.
Yeah, and another thing he was talking about is how the good and genuine seed just comes down, and it's plentiful and it's bountiful and it produces a lot of fruit. That soil that we are rooted in, those genuine people and those genuine seeds, that soil is the word. And so many times people are asking, I want to hear from God. I want God to speak to me, like this big voice is coming down. And what we need to realize as Christians is that speaking with God comes straight from the word. Every day when you get up in the morning, you want to hear from God. If you go to this word, you will hear his word, whether it's something that really speaks to you or not. Doing this is hearing his word speak, because his word became flesh, and that is what he's about. This is his word. This is something that he breathed out. And for me, it's just really mind-blowing for me, because one thing that I've really learned over the past couple of years of just being a Christian is that what you put in is what you're going to get out, and that comes with investment. And a lot of times, Christians put in just so little, and expect this flood to come out. We as Christians need to put in everything we are. Reading the word and understanding it is not complicated. It is costly, and it is commitment. It is hard work. Being Christian wasn't made for people that are fluffy, that have fluff talk, that walk around with everything being good. It is made for people that need help, that are broken, that need to have a good foundation and need to be rooted in something that's better than themselves. So at the end of the day, there's only 2 types of people, and that's people that surrender to God and people that don't. So when it comes to just surrendering to God, it's all about being real with him and not walking in this religious attitude or these religious mindsets. And it's being real with God and getting to know him on an intimate level through prayer and reading the word, because we as Christians find our identity in Christ. So if you want to be real with God, you need to go to him. So I'm so thankful that you guys were able to listen and tune in.
And I think we should finish off this video with Hebrews 11, starting in verse 33. He's talking about the writer Paul. He's talking about these various Old Testament heroes. And here's what he says. He says, who through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, and gained what was promised, shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, and escaped the edge of the sword. But he also says that some faced jeers and flogging, others were chained and put in prison, they were stoned, they were sawed in two, they were put to death, they were destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. Those are people of genuine faith. I'll ask you, are you genuine? Are you so genuine that you're willing to undergo being destitute, being persecuted, being mistreated, being treated like the most lowly of the peoples of the earth? Are you willing? Because if you're not willing, then your faith is not genuine.
Yeah, this love that we show the earth is a love that is so foreign and so undescribable that sometimes people persecute it and ridicule it and jeer at it because they simply don't understand it. And at the end of the day, our love for others should not be based on their response, but our love for God and us understanding that He loves us so greatly. So I'm so thankful that you guys were able to tune in, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Later.